Welcome back, Gooners in Vancouver, and it's been a while. Feels like we've been away for about a month, and you know what? We are back with a post-match reaction. Arsenal 4, Newcastle nothing, mate. Eh? What a day this has been. What a game.
Been marvellous.
Listen, for me, usually Arsenal v Newcastle, it's a bit of a sentimental one because Newcastle, that was my old man's team, yeah, but I didn't follow fashion on that one. So I always have a little bit of a chuckle when Arsenal can put one over the old man's team. But seriously, where do we start with this one? I think the best place to start with this one is definitely the lineup. And I, for one, was very surprised to see that we were still experimenting with Aubameyang on the left. And after all of the draws that we've been going through, apparently, what's the joke on online? We've had more draws in MF5 or more draws in the underwear section in Marks and Spencer.
Something like that, yes.
We start with Eddie Nketiah up front. What do you make of the starting lineup?
I was surprised. I didn't think Nketiah was going to get a Premier League start yet. I was also surprised to see Ceballos get a start. I would have thought we would go Torreira and Xhaka in front of the defence. As you mentioned, Aubameyang out on the left is not his best position. Although, to be fair, he's leading the team in goals this year from that position, so can't really complain too much about that. It worked out in the end.
It worked out in the end. That's the thing. It worked out in the end. It wouldn't have been the starting lineup that I would have gone with. I would have definitely had maybe Torreira in there over Ceballos. But look, we have to have a look at Ceballos at one point, and had a look at him today. And all I could see was probably, what is it, the world's smallest man bun?
Yes, that's got to go. There's too much Gareth Bale in that hairstyle. It's horrible.
It was very Gareth Bale. But we have to take a look at this guy, right? Because if we're going to thinking about spending, who knows, upwards of 40 million, we need to know whether this guy's got it or not. And I know a lot of people will say, well, I don't think he had a very good game today, personally. I didn't. He almost scored a header. Yeah, no goal header.
On goal header.
Yeah. And a lot of people will say, well, look, he's not had a lot of games, he's been out injured. I'm of the thought that when you get put back in the team, you've got to grab it with both hands.
Yes, but we don't have someone who can do what Ceballos does in the team right now. Like,
what does he
drive forward. Like, he takes the ball and drives forward. And, like, for me, that's someone, like, apart from, like, say, the kid, what's his name?
Martinelli?
No, the
Saka?
midfield.
Willock,
yeah. Apart from Willock, no one drives forward with the ball in the team from the middle.
Right.
So that's something that Ceballos brings. But I don't think that Ceballos is good enough to be paired up with, like, Xhaka. Like, maybe Torreira.
You think that's too deep for him?
Yeah.
That's what I think, yeah.
And, speaking of Aubameyang, I think, like, this is his 47th goal in the last, like, from 2018.
Yes.
And that's just, I think...
It's astonishing.
Yeah, and that's just
goal
like...
rate.
Yeah, he's been playing out left, which is out of his position, and the team has been shit, but still he's scored,
He's still scoring all the goals.
What did you make of that first half?
We were not really pushing forward.
It was uninspiring. I wouldn't call it dire or anything like that.
We had this conversation because I actually said this is dire, and he went, it's not dire, it's uninspiring. So
we had a lot of the ball.
Yeah.
We moved it all right in the midfield, but we could not get it into the final third. Despite that, we had at half time we had 9 attempts on goal, 3 on target, but none of them troubled the keeper. Our 3 best shots all missed the net.
Yeah.
I was joking that we are back to, like, Arsene Wenger era, where we tried to walk the ball into the net in the first half. Like, we've been trying to walk the ball instead of, like, shooting or, like, trying to take.
We kind of did that a couple of times. In the second half.
I thought that we'd gone back to the Emery era because there was a lot of sideways passing, a lot of backwards passing in the first half, which I don't understand what the point is of working the ball all the way up the pitch only to kick it backwards. Do you know what I mean? If you're getting close to the goal, at least go for a shot. But the first goal came, talk to me, the first goal came, was something about like 53 minutes.
54
second half.
Yes.
Who wants to go for the first goal? Who wants to take that?
That was Aubameyang's goal
from Pepe.
The header from Pepe.
That's right.
And it's kind of funny because you and I had a conversation not 30 seconds before that. I said to Stan, we just don't like to cross the ball, do we?
Yeah.
And Stan goes, we don't have anyone that will chuck him in.
Yeah.
So 30 seconds later, Pepe chucks one in, and there's Aubameyang. And Alan Shearer, that fucking toon twat. He could talk about how bad the defending was. But the cross was brilliant.
And the
run was brilliant.
Yeah.
And the header, did you see that power that Aubameyang got on that header? And Shearer's going on about, the centre backs have got to cut that off. There's 3 centre backs. Well, no. The ball was in a perfect place. You could have had 6 centre backs and that was still a goal.
Because you notice, right, the problems that we've been having with Lacazette over the last few games is he's been dropping back and everyone's been giving him, he's been working really hard. You know the old Emil Heskey thing, right?
Yes.
Did you notice today with Nketiah what was happening? He was dropping deep.
He was dropping very, very
deep. And you know what it is? It's because we were having trouble moving the ball to him. Yeah. They're having to come back and sniff out and try and get the ball. And we all know, right, that Eddie Nketiah, for me, he's a goal box poacher, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's our fox in the box.
He can't be coming back into his own half to receive the ball. So that's why we need to get the wingers involved and get it down the sides and then into Nketiah.
So we had the first goal of Aubameyang, right? That was in about 53 minutes or so. Yeah. It was like 4 minutes later, the second goal comes in. Talk to me.
Oh, that's like pure genius from Saka. Like he just takes the ball, like nutmegs one person, and like
with one move,
he just takes
one move. He took up 2 players with a nutmeg,
and then like the ball was on the plate for Pepe. He just need to be there, put it out. Like there's nothing else for it.
I loved on the replay once Saka got past the 2 defenders, you could see the whole Newcastle back line collapse in towards the net and move towards him, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 Gunners lining up behind it. And if it wasn't Pepe, it could have been
Ozil.
It could have been Ozil. It could have been Bellerin.
It was like queuing up at the deli counter on a Sunday afternoon at Sainsbury's, and he will get your ticket, and he's waiting in line.
Yeah. Okay, whose ticket is going to get called?
Next.
But it's a really good game for Saka.
Our record signing, it's really nice to see him scoring an open play, right?
Yeah.
He had a goal and 2 assists today.
Yeah, exactly.
I think by statistics, he's the best player for Arsenal today, but I think on the gameplay, Saka
gets your MOTM.
Yeah. He's
I have a hard time picking an MOTM today. Saka was brilliant. Pepe was brilliant. I thought Ozil was brilliant.
Yep.
And you know what? I thought Mustafi was outstanding today.
I was just telling him the same thing.
And he did not put a boot wrong.
And I will put this on camera, right? Our number 10, I won't say his name, but our number 10 did have a good game today. He moved the ball forward quite a lot.
Yeah.
He got his foot in, he made tackles.
Yeah.
I think he's been playing well.
And, I'm going to get a t-shirt made. I remember where I was when Mesut Ozil scored. He tucked one away today, didn't he?
He did.
He tucked one away.
Yeah. And it was perfectly done, too. He made the pass to Lacazette. Everyone thinks Lacazette is going to do that trademark spin around the outside, but he didn't. He side-footed it back behind him because he knew Ozil was making that run in behind.
Yep.
And again, on a plate.
Yep.
And speaking of Lacazette, he's come onto the pitch now, and he's coming with the last goal.
Yes, he has.
Right? And if you're going to work, I was thinking to myself, look, the best way to deal with Lacazette's goal drought is to have him coming off the bench and working him back into the team. And it worked today. He's come off the bench, and I was thinking,
in the last 10 minutes,
has he got enough time? And he tucked one away.
Yeah, and you can see how
and a goal,
and you can see how it means to him, like the way he celebrated. It's a 4th goal and a 4-0 win, but he celebrated it.
And it meant so much to him, and it meant that much to him despite how he scored it. You look at the replay, he scuffs it with his right foot, it hits his left ankle and then loops in over the keeper.
It doesn't matter. If it goes in, it goes in.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And he should be able to take some confidence from that.
And he can, because he can go home and say, I don't care how that went in, I put it in.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
So what? This is other than I think Europa League, right? This is a high-scoring game so far, right?
It is. It ties our 4-0 against Liège.
Yeah. I don't remember us like having that 4-0. Like it was so long ago that I don't like. After that, there's been so much happened in our club. Like this has been like.
So look, I'm not being funny, right? When the game started and we saw the lineup, I was wary. I think we're all a little bit wary. But is it a case of where we got there in the end? I mean, what's the overall thoughts on it? Was it some sort of genius by Mikel Arteta by starting with Nketiah and it all worked out, or because you got to admit, I was even up till about 70, 80 minutes. We were going, he's had enough time now. Let's get Eddie off.
But
we won 4-0.
We did.
Yeah, we won 4-0, and I'm not.
When it was 2-0, I was thinking we've got to get Nketiah off. What we were discussing, you and me, Stan, was let's get Nketiah off, put Martinelli on the left wing, and get Aubameyang up front.
But we also said as well, we've got a game coming up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So when we got to about 2-0 up, do we want to use everything that we've got?
Do we want to keep all the players out there and save everybody on the bench?
Exactly.
Again, bring on Lacazette for the last 10 minutes to try and build a bit of confidence. What better time for a guy that's been misfiring to get him on when we're comfortably up 2-0 with 10 minutes left?
So he'll probably start on Wednesday.
Oh, he'll start on Wednesday for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it'll be Martinelli who's going to be starting on.
Martinelli will start on the left wing. Lacazette will start at number 9.
Okay, that'll be interesting to see this.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a lot of players back now, right? Bar 1 or 2. So
we could.
Arteta's got a lot to choose from.
Yes, we could see Reece Nelson against Olympiacos.
And I also think we'll see our new signings.
Mari, we'll see Suarez. Suarez was not back in training till the end of the month. He's still injured. But Mari, he was ruled ready to play today. He was deliberate manager's omission today, with the idea being, and Arteta said this in his presser on Friday, that he wants Mari to play against Olympiacos.
Okay, that's
So look, wrapping up, overall happy with today's result, I think.
Thrilled.
Yeah, 4-0 win. We've not seen that this week.
Yeah, I just want to laugh at the Newcastle goalkeeper because before the game he just mentioned that we are their rivals mid-table.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
like, I'm laughing at you right now for the Ozil goal. That's your fault, mate.
Yeah. So look, listen, you've heard what we've got to say, Gunners in Vancouver, and if you're wondering why you've not heard what Harry's had to say, Harry supports Man United, right? So he's not allowed to speak in this video. Don't speak. Listen, if it's the first time coming by a Cannon Fodder TV, you've heard what we've got to say. Leave what you've got to say down in the comments. Tell us what you thought about the match, and you'll catch us here next week after the Olympiacos game. See you then. Up the Gunners.
Up the Arsenal.